Water is an element fundamental to our existence. Civilizations have been marked by their ability to bring to their communities, from mountain lakes like this one to urban centers, clean and reliable supplies of drinking and sanitary water. Let's tell the story of water as it affects our lives here in California today.
Our water systems are inspired by the ancient engineers of the Middle East, Egypt, Greece, and eventually the Roman Empire. The principal strength of the Roman Empire was its peerless civil engineering, especially its infrastructure. In those times, whoever controlled water controlled the quality of life and therefore held substantial power. When we focus on the Roman systems, we see remarkable accomplishments in mobilizing design skills, fabrication, surveying and planning, manufacturing and construction. Much of that was enabled by a huge slave labor force, as well as by a large supply of special volcanic cement known as pozzolana. The Romans understood mechanics, the principles of the arch, and the fundamental power of gravity and structural coherence and mechanical logic. Here we see gravity-fed systems built by the Romans throughout their empire, including at Tarragona, Segovia, and Spoleto. Look at the amazing precision, balance, and engineering they accomplished. This has inspired many architects and artists. Many of these components are still in use today. Our California systems derived from the specific private capital aspects of California's development, which soon evolved into a public infrastructure. The early proponents of our public water system were resisted by John Muir's Sierra Club as well as private companies, but soon developed following the model of the Los Angeles Water Aqueduct system. Among the great heroes in California water history are Mayor Fred Eaton and City Engineer William Mulholland in Los Angeles, and Mayor James Phelan and City Engineer Michael O'Shaughnessy in Northern California. Much credit should also go to Mayor James Sonny Rolfe and his architects Marsden Manson and Carl Grunsky. Incredible work was turned in by surveyors Drenzy Jones, Luis Mercado, and Leslie Stalker. And then we had the shock of the Loma Prieta and Northridge earthquakes, and the realization that our vital systems were at great risk. What was to be done? Considerable political organizing and fundraising efforts generated the will to move forward into design and development, fabrication, and installation. Our new water system emerged as a network series of mountain lakes descending from the Sierra through pipelines, crossing the Central Valley to Sunol, then coming up the peninsula into Crystal Springs. Of course, our new water system improvement project, seismic system, follows the original 1914 Freeman Plan, which accomplished our peerless water system by doing the following. First, building a dam on the Tuolumne River at Hetch Hetchy to 75% of its required height, with an addition to be completed later in the 1930s. Second, building an aqueduct from the dam to Moccasin Creek. Third, building a power plant at Moccasin Creek to power what was required, force the system forward. 4. Drilling tunnels through the mountains to the Central Valley. 5th, building an aqueduct across the valley to Sunol at Calaveras. 6th, building another aqueduct from Sunol to the Crystal Springs Reservoir through the coastal range. Our current water system improvement project is unprecedented civil and structural engineering. Can you visualize the path each drink of water from your faucet travels to you? Can you appreciate the efforts of everyone who makes this system operate so reliably? This is state-of-the-art seismic safety engineering in water systems. The new tunnel between Irvington Fremont and Menlo Park employs systems never before even attempted, much less accomplished. And it changes the path of our water from a vulnerable bay crossing on the Dumbarton Bridge to safety beneath the bay. This effort at reclaiming rainwater for system uses in fire suppression shows the unprecedented attention to detail by our water system improvement project leadership. Why should our peerless Hetch Hetchy water be used for anything other than human consumption? Can you understand the veneration we feel for this resource? I invite all of you to visit one of these incredible sites. In concluding, I hope all who watch this will visit these temples erected to show our deep love for this resource, and most of all, will simply recognize the vitality of this system when you turn on your faucets.
This concludes our story. I hope you found this valuable and interesting.